Temecula, California.
My mom always says, don't sweat the small stuff. You know what? It's all small stuff.
Is this thing on?
This is OverDogs Podcast.
Yeah, this is the first episode of OverDogs. I'm your host, Bags. We got Mac Malley, legend in his own mind. We got Sam, the nicest fucking guy to ever fight in the fucking octagon. And we'll have a special guest every week talking about betting, MMA, UFC, combat sports. And here we go.
Guys, fucking way, technology. Fucking the headset.
Hey, we got you.
Jon Strickland, the IT geek. Let's go.
All right, fucking hey, man. Do you guys train? What do you guys do? Just fucking, do you guys just run a podcast?
So I've got a company. I've got a company. We sponsor a bunch of fighters. We sponsor John, Ilya, Roy Jones Jr. We got a streetwear company.
Okay, guys, I said crypto. I don't know about that, man. That's not really doing too hot these days.
Hey, now I do podcasts because I'm so fucking broke.
Yeah. All right, so guys, how do you want to do this, man? I'm in Connecticut. I'm at a Starbucks. I'm trying not to offend anybody, but there's nobody here, so we're good.
Then let's fucking go.
All right. You guys all in Tennessee? You guys all out in fucking hillbilly land?
I'm in Florida, but I was born and raised in hillbilly land in Tennessee.
Oh, there we go. How about you, man? The sunglass guy.
Finally got out.
Albuquerque.
Yeah, you got to have your gimmick, the sunglasses. You know, it's either that or you're autistic.
I knew you. See, dude, I said yesterday, I know this motherfucker's going to say something about my glasses, so let's get that out of the way right away. Yeah.
Let me ask you something. What are you hoping to accomplish? Like, what is the message here? Is it the message here that I'm just super fucking cool, I wear a hat, and I'm just fucking, like, what is the message? What do you want? When I look at you, when we all look at you, what are we supposed to fucking say?
You're just not supposed to see my eyes because I smoked a fat blunt.
Okay. That's the thing, dude. I gotta ask myself, what are you trying to convey? You know what I'm saying? Besides, you look like a fucking NASCAR racer.
No, that's the first time I heard that one. Yeah, no, dude. I don't like people when I get stoned, bro. As long as people don't look at my eyes, I'm chill. Yeah,
no, man. You got the hipster thing. You got the beard. You got the hat. You got the little unbuttoned thing. What is that? A cross on your neck?
No, it's a wing. See, I knew. Tear me down, dog. Tear me down. I had the long hair too.
It's all right.
I should have seen it 4 days ago.
I just went Sean Strickland, bro.
Let's fucking go, man.
His hair goes literally down to his fucking shoulder.
What is your little fucking your necklace? What is that? What are you trying to convey? What do you want us to see?
Dude, it's a good question, man. It's just one of those things, bro. Like
when you walk into a bar and you plan this out in your head, like, oh, I'm gonna buy a girl a drink, and like, which is not gonna happen, and she says, oh, look at that cool necklace. Tell me about it. Like, what is your spiel? What is your get me fucking pussy spiel?
Okay, well, so it works really well, first of all, and
wait,
I don't know, man.
Quick question, Sean. What were you wearing yesterday at the fucking Starbucks when she thought you were homeless?
I'm just fucking wearing this, man. I'm fucking wearing.
I fucking called it, dude. When you said that yesterday, I said, bro, guaranteed wearing white shirt, jeans, in the fucking janitor clip with the keys.
Yeah, bro, and dude, I walk in there and she's like, excuse me, sir, can I get you water? And I'm just like, bitch, I got money, I got a job.
I get you a water.
Public
bathroom.
Yeah. Anyways, man, Albuquerque sucks. It's empty. I mean, besides Albuquerque, New Mexico being a shithole, which, it sucks. There's no bodies there. It was big when they had Jon Jones. So I went to Albuquerque years ago thinking, oh man, Jon Jones, like this is the best fucking gym ever. I get to learn how to fucking do drugs and beat my wife and go train in Albuquerque. I can't wait. So I go there. I fucking go there and like it's empty. There's nobody fucking there. There's no bodies. There's no training. Greg Jackson was probably out trying to be fucking best friends with the next superstar. Yeah, Albuquerque wasn't for me.
Was it when they had the newer Jacksons? Because you're not hurting my feelings saying this. So it was that new one downtown.
Why do you train at Jackson's?
No, fuck no.
Yeah. No, I mean, fucking, yeah, no, there's just nobody there. It's, so here's the thing, dude. Like, you get these fucking freaks in nature, like Jon Jones, right? George St. Pierre, even, we could say that. I know he doesn't really look like a freak of nature, but, you know, he has the mind for it. So you get these coaches, and they get these fucking freaks of nature, and these freaks of nature go and, like, win world titles. And people tend to put it all on the coach. Like, oh, man, Jackson's the best fucking gym. Like, we got Jon Jones. Bro, Jon Jones could go train in a fucking crackhead's garage and win a world fucking title. So that's my, you know, I went there was nobody there, and I left. But I like Greg. He's a nice guy. A little weaselly looking, but he's a nice guy. So yeah, anyways, man, that's my thoughts on Jackson's. Any other questions, guys? Any other questions?
Yeah, of course. All right, tell me this, Sean. I mean, obviously you're in the middle of fucking camp. You're fighting in what, 2 weeks now?
Yeah, about 3 weeks.
You're heading fucking hard in 2 weeks. Yeah.
Yeah.
Rough. 15 days. What made you take this fight?
Money. The UFC just said pretty much they offered me a couple ranked guys. Everybody said no. So pretty much the UFC just said either wait like 6-8 months till somebody opens up, or just sit on the bench. I think the real fight that should happen, me and Costa. I don't know what the fuck the UFC was thinking to not put me and Costa on a main event card or like a headline card, but it's his life, man. So
How do you see that one going?
Yeah, fuck, dude. They offered me this fight, and I was like, fuck, I don't want to fight this guy. This no-name motherfucker, you know, Abu from Aladdin. I don't fucking know this guy. But then UFC said, hey, you know what? We want this fight. Here's some money. And I said, all right, let's fight this guy. So here we are, man. I mean, at the end of the day, dude, we're all fucking whores. We all have a dollar amount.
How much
Yeah,
you know
Chris
about
Curtis,
him?
he always used to say, we're prize fighters. Give us a prize and we'll fight. That's at the end of the day, we're not martial artists. We're prize fighters.
Yeah, and our career is short, man. So you gotta fucking rake up the stacks while they're there.
Look, it's not just fighting either, boys. We're all whores. Like,
Yeah.
it translates to all other fucking businesses as well.
Everybody's own, dude. Everybody has a pimp. But I don't really know much about him. I watched him fight Dustin Scoltzy. He's a fucking utter can, man. I mean, I don't even think Dustin should be in the UFC. Like, so it's kind of funny they're going to use that guy as a highlight reel. Dustin came to Vegas and just got fucking mocked. I think I ended up breaking his nose in the first round, knocked him out in like 2 minutes. Like, utter fucking can. So, you know, but that's the best thing about fighting, man. Sometimes you just get lucky, man. You get signed to the UFC, and the UFC will like feed you a little poodle, and then you go and you do some badass shit. Everyone's like, oh fuck, not knowing that Dustin fucking, you know, fucking my little fucking niece could fuck up Dustin.
Very cool. Hey, this last weekend, Amanda Nunes, she went on and she defended her title. She retired after that.
Man.
Now, like before she left the ring, Juliana Pena was calling her out, saying she's, you know, a punk for leaving.
Did you
Do
see?
have any
I called it
thoughts
4
on
minutes
who
before it
should
happened.
Get that next title fight?
What are my options?
Any female, any male, anyone you want to fight for that 135-pound title.
5-pounder? I don't fucking know, dude. Like, I don't. Any man that wants to compete with a fucking girl is another fucking coward. But I mean, like, you know,
I agree with that.
Sean, best of luck, brother. Appreciate you coming on, man. Can't wait to watch you beat his ass on July 1st. Thanks, Sean.
All right. We'll see you later, buddy.
Boys,
That goes
Mac.
exactly like I thought it would.
what'd you guys think about Oliveira last weekend?
Oh, couldn't believe it.
What a fight.
I had picked. I picked Beneil to win. I thought Beneil's better everywhere. I thought he's better striking, better jiu-jitsu, better wrestling. However, just can't take a kick to the head, I guess. Who can?
Oh, whoops.
Right. Even when you're blocking, he caught him nasty swaying into it. My big thing on that one was I didn't think Beneil's the better striker. I think he's the more. I thought if it went more in a round or two, that would be where if it looked anything like the Tony Ferguson fight, Beneil's a better wrestler than people seem to realize sometimes, and then that nasty left hand power, and he's just on that run. But something about Charles this time, man, there was just something that, like, illuminated by God. Like, that fucking energy came out and exuded from him. Is that the right word? Exuded?
Yeah.
Yeah, it works. It works.
Yeah,
I know
like,
what you're
We're
it
talking
probably
just-
all three wrong, but we're fucking idiots. So who cares?
he just had that energy, like, no, I'm back to prove a fucking point. And I felt so bad because I picked Beneil as well. I thought he'd maybe get a later round finish, or maybe win by decision, but no, man, there's just
Yeah, I
something
thought-
different about Oliveira, especially since 2010 he debuts, 2019 he gets his first KO in the UFC, right? He's had four total, and he's gone toe-to-toe with Gaethje, Poirier, and Chandler, and finished all three. Now, Dustin Poirier is the only one he didn't drop on the feet before getting like a sub or anything. He just
But
caught
that's a
his neck.
spectacular run. Like,
It's fantastic. I'm not shitting on it. I just want
yeah, no, not at all. Not at all.
no one to be
I
like,
mean,
oh, bro, he didn't knock him out. No, I know.
nah, not at all. No, but I mean that's like as good as a fucking run gets, honestly. I mean, that's what you're like top 5 and you've pretty much
That's
taken everybody out.
what I called them on Twitter yesterday was the Trinity. It's a fucking holy trinity of violence gods, man.
Yeah.
In MMA terms,
if he had beaten Islam in that fight, I was prepared to call him the greatest of all time. It'd be hard to argue against it. I've still got GSP on that list. GSP is still my number
Really?
one. But if he were to beat Khabib Jr., I don't think I could keep him off it.
you know
All
what?
right, give me your top 5, Sam.
Yeah, I would like
Top 5 greatest ever. GSP's number
Ever.
one. What am I saying? I gotta say Khabib just because the 29-0 is pretty impressive.
Okay.
It is. I like Khabib in that. Jose Aldo I'm putting in there. Max Holloway I don't want to put him in there just because he can't beat Volkanovski, but he can't lose to anyone else. So I think I have to put Max on there at this point. And probably Stipe. Probably Stipe up there. Just you got to get the one heavyweight between Stipe and Fedor for the greatest
Hey, Mac,
heavyweight.
you realize who he didn't put in there, right?
Yeah.
I've got a reason for it.
I'm sure you do. Go ahead.
This is a subjective argument, and I don't take. There's only certain answers that I shit.
This
on.
is like not including Barry Bonds and the best hitters, best players.
Yeah, you're on.
Yes,
give
it's
him more
the
steroids.
same reason.
Yeah.
I didn't have Anderson Silva in that list either, even though Anderson is probably my favorite fighter of all time. And it's if you have some popping happen, if USADA gets you, you may be great. You may be the greatest of all time, but I can't put you on the list for that. We don't know how great you would have been had you not, done what you've done.
See, and I think that's totally valid. I've always said that when it comes down to the GOAT, there's two valid answers, in my opinion, flat out. And it's Jon Jones or GSP. And what that comes down to is, did you ever pop? So there you go. That invalidates it for Sam. Or did you ever lose? That's really what it comes down to. Jon Jones popped but never lost. GSP lost, but he beat the shit out of everyone that ever beat him the second time around. And it just comes down to that. So if you invalidate him because he popped, boom, it's GSP. But if you go, this motherfucker never lost, I don't care about steroids, then it's Jon Jones. And for me personally,
the other thing I like about GSP, and I suppose Jones has done it now too, is that he retired for 5 years, then came back, went up a weight class, and won another belt. Jones has done it now too.
You can't say that wasn't like extremely impressive the way he did Gann, coming back 3-year hiatus.
Oh, I don't
knew
think
what the
Sam's
fuck
in any
happened.
way saying like he's not impressive.
No,
I
of
think he's
course
just saying
he's
he's
not. Of course he's not.
invalidated from the GOAT because of the
No.
steroid pop.
But
Yeah.
I'm just adding on to his point of what he fucking did with a 3-year hiatus and then coming back. And we know his training schedule wasn't even that, like, he wasn't even that stringent, right? When he was like running the gambit, when he was beating the fuck out of everybody. I mean, he looked at Cormier and said, I did fucking cocaine last time 2 days before the fight, and I still beat you. Imagine what I'll do to you this time. Like, that's
Well,
a
you know he
fucking
did
wild
that out
statement
of,
to
like,
make, right?
It's true. It's like anxiety though. It wasn't
It's a
necessarily like
wild
I
fucking
didn't
statement
do
to make.
shit. I didn't train. He would get super freaked out before fights, so he'd get fucked up all week. It's still
But
wild.
he took
as hell,
3 years
yeah.
off, and Gann was, Gann. Look, Ngannou was the man. Gann gave him a run, right? Like Gann fucking looked great, and he fucking tapped Gann out in about 35 seconds. He literally walked into the ring, got kicked in the dick, and then choked him out.
That was specifically how I picked Jon Jones. I said if Francis Ngannou with a couple years of blown out knees can out wrestle Cyril Gane, oops. Jon Jones,
All right, let me ask you
oops.
this.
He'd never even seen that choke up against the cage, man. He'd never even seen like that. He went.
He got
I
him
didn't know you
twice.
could get choked out there. That was pretty dope.
He got him twice.
Mm-hmm.
He got him under there. And I was sitting up in a suite at a bad angle and I couldn't see it, right? And I'm like, there's no way Jon has him right there. No way. And then he cranked it again. And then Jon said after the fight, he's like, I thought I was going to break his fucking neck the first time, right? So he's
Jon Jones doesn't.
Like, I knew he was going to tap.
He doesn't squeeze unless he's got it.
Jesus.
Yeah, to be fair, going into that fight, I thought Gane was going to win. I thought he was going to be able to touch Jon Jones. Jon Jones has never fought anyone with a range like that. Gustafsson was as close as he got. I thought he was going to get touched, and I thought Gane was going to be able to hurt him. And Gane got in that cage, and he fought scared. I mean, he was the bigger guy, and he kind of played that backup. It really surprised me. Jones had that beautiful slip to the outside, got around the waist, took him down. It was like, oh man, that was something else. I was wrong. I made it very public online that I thought Gagne was going to win.
We've seen it.
And,
we've seen it there, Sam.
Yeah, there were a lot of.
We'll probably put some of those highlights into the reel. But I'll say this, like as a betting guy, go ahead.
Well, okay. All I was gonna say is like, dude, I don't like picking fights usually because I've watched this goddamn sport for too long. Like we've seen you just never know. And I always like have like the two ways I see it going. And the second way was definitely what you just said. Like Jon Jones struggles against even Dom Reyes. Dom Reyes, Gustafsson had the similar reach. Now, Gane's an actual heavyweight with that type of reach. If Jon looks like shit and can't get him down, Gane absolutely could clap him on the feet. Absolutely. Jon Jones isn't... He's dangerous everywhere, but no, Gane's a striker, generational talent almost. For how long he's been doing this, how good he got that fast. Yeah, that was totally, predictable if that would have happened, but... It was just him getting out wrestled by Francis.
Yeah, but there's also something to be said about, you might be a great striker and you might be this and that, but if somebody's got a head on them, right, and they can think their way around the ring, like it's going to be hard to outstrike them regardless, right? So I mean, like Jon wasn't going to get into a fucking brawl to where Gane could just tee off, right? Like that was never going to fucking happen. So at that point, like what is his edge, right? Other than Jon's rusty and he's now fucking 50 pounds heavier, right? And we haven't seen him. Like that's Gane's on the edge in my book. And here's where I love like UFC betting and combat sports betting is this. If you watch the lines on that fight, okay, it started off as Gane as the favorite, right? Started off as Gane as the fucking favorite. I'm telling you, as soon as that line came out, it got hit so hard by the sharps at the books that it flipped real quick. And I think it ended up being like Jon minus like 300 or 450. By go time.
I think so.
And obviously it was quick work. But I mean, the beautiful thing about like lines in UFC and combat sports versus lines at a basketball game or a football game, right? You don't have a point spread. It's one man in a fucking cage versus 5 guys on a basketball court, 11 guys on a football field, or 22 guys on a football field, right? Anything can happen in that situation to where you maybe not have an edge. But in that fucking ring, all it takes is one punch. All it takes is one fucking leg lock. All it takes is one choke, right? And that's the beautiful thing about it. And I'm sure that's what you love about it, Sam, and like in its purest form, is there's nobody else to fucking count on. You ain't throwing a fucking alley-oop to anybody. You're punching the guy in front of you.
Yeah. No, it's one of those things. It's a team sport and that you need a team to do it. But you get out there, it's all on you. I mean, your coaches aren't going to be able to tell you anything magical between rounds. It is up to you to go out and perform what you practiced with your team, and it's about as much fun as if you lose, it's your fault. There's no way you can share the blame with anyone.
Yeah, and I think that's a beautiful thing about like even Sean, right? Sean got knocked the fuck out by Alex.
Invites him over to train.
And now look at them. They're fucking training together. That's what I love about combat sports. And I didn't understand this growing up, right? Because I wasn't in it. I wasn't in the field. But man, when I trained with Roy and started to learn boxing and got into the gym and I was doing, sparring practice and stuff, and afterwards, it's like everybody is fucking great together. You know what I mean? And that may not be the case in all cases, of course. There's going to be some bad blood or whatever. But like when you're in that gym together, it's like there's a camaraderie, there's a brotherhood there that's unmatched to me in other sports.
Mm-hmm. No, it is. I made a post the other day. I said the world would be a better place if everyone got hit in the face once or twice. And it's just true. You will not find better friends than on the wrestling match or the kickboxing ring or the MMA room. Once you have that group of friends that are willing to beat you up, you have friends for life. I mean, these guys, Sean and I, we've been training partners for a decade now. Last 5 years, it's been off and on. He went one way, I stayed where I was, but we're still. I mean, I called him and said, "Hey, you want to do the show with us?" He said, "Yeah, let's do it, my man." Next time I'm out there, he's got a room or a couch for me to crash on. We will be buddies for the rest of the time, and it's just a bond that is so hard to make anywhere else where you're not, beating each other up a little bit.
But you know what's funny about that?
It's the respecting.
Yeah,
Peep this,
100%.
dude.
It's all respect.
You earn respect physically as opposed to like just finding common interests or whatever the fuck makes you respect someone in real life. Like, dude, it says so fucking much that half the time, if you ever got in a scrap with some dude in high school, you fucking hated, you beat the shit out of each other, and you both go, he's not that bad, I guess.
Right?
If that can do that to someone you fucking hate, imagine fucking doing that with someone that you're like, let's see what this guy's about. Yeah, the respect and like camaraderie that shit builds is just insane.
I was going to bring up this point too, like exactly what you just said. You get punched in the face, you know it, right? As a dad, right? We're going to move into a different area here. As a dad, I was talking to my wife the other day, and I'm like, we're talking about these things, and it's like I'm talking about a son and my daughters, and it's like if anybody disrespects you, don't put up with it, right? Don't ever instigate anything, but if anybody encroaches your area or threatens you, you better be the first to act, right?
Yep.
But also it's funny the dynamic between, and you'll know this, Sam, the dynamic between boys and girls, right? Raising boys and girls. Because the boys, as soon as they fight, like Max said, as soon as they fight, they're going to be friends again, right? Now the girls,
I know where you're going with this.
Chat about each other and they're mortal enemies until like the day they die, right? But if we're all playing, if the boys are playing basketball in the yard and they get in a shoving match and somebody throws a fist, it goes down and they go right back to the game 5 minutes later.
So this is something I don't know how much you guys train, but anyone watching or you guys, if you're in a gym where there's more than one girl and then one new girl comes in, they don't train together. I mean, for the longest time, they will not go together. And so if I'm in a practice room and there's somebody new at the gym, they're my new plaything. I'm going to make sure I get a round or two with them. When you go to a girls practice or a practice where there are girls and a new girl walks in, the other girl stays far away from her. The new girl stays away. She works with the boys, and it is the damnedest thing. I don't understand exactly why it is, but it takes practices, not just like the next one. It takes weeks of practice before they start, hey, let's do a round. Let's spar around a little bit. And I've been watching this for my entire career, watching girls not work together, prefer to work with the boys than the girls until their clique is formed. And it's just the strangest thing.
See, I'm not going to generalize everything, or like group. Just my theory of that is just straight up like women are just competitive in a different way. Dudes are a little bit more down to like find out. I don't know. Like, I feel like when girls finally go at it, they're going to go full. Cause like dudes can have like this middle ground where it's like, all right, you're pretty good. I can see what you're capable of. Chicks are going to just fucking bang. Like there's a different type of tap. It's just like a tap
and submit.
It's someone needs to be the bitch. Yeah. Like someone needs to something like that, bro. I don't know.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Like the old schoolyard fights, right? Like if we knock somebody down, we just let them back up, right? It was like just a respect thing. You knock them down, and then you were like, all right, everything's good. But those girls, there's no
chicks
off.
Pulling
no
hair
off
and beat ground and pounding. Yeah. No, when it's on, it's fucking on with chicks. And when you think about it, it's like dudes do almost everything to impress chicks, right? I feel like women do the same thing.
My kids the other day.
Yeah. Interesting. I'd like to hear about that.
Yeah. Oh yeah, my little girl and boy, they said, Reagan, just so you know, the rest of your life, boys are gonna do stupid stuff to try and impress you. I turned to my little boy and said, Ivel, just so you know, for the rest of your life, you were gonna do stupid stuff to try and impress girl. They had to say, what? Do you still do that with mommy? So why do you think I fight? It's just to impress her.
Yes.
Yeah. The paycheck's nice, but it's to impress your mommy.
Yeah.
What'd your
I'm
son
getting
look
punched
like
in the
when you
face
said
over
that?
and over after how many years, Sam? How many years you guys been together?
Yeah, we've been together 10 years, getting closer to 11 years every day.
There you go. After a decade, he's still getting punched in the face. He's like a fucking peacock, right?
And then the shirt too,
100%.
peacock colors right there too. What is that actually? What's the pattern?
They're monsters, monster movies.
Oh, I see. Oh, fuck yeah.
So Sam, tell me about like how'd you get started? Tell me about your career. What made you get into it? Like what was the upbringing to get you into fucking fighting? Because it's not an easy path to go down.
I was a band nerd. I mean, I was not an athletic kid. I'm hardly an athletic adult. Now it is this constant training to make sure I don't get lapped up too badly. No, I was a band nerd. Band board president 2 years running in high school. Went on to college, played semi-professionally. I was a trumpet player. Semi-professionally played that, and I stumbled into weapons. So I've got my nunchuck and my sign and all that.
Hold on. I got to cut in. I got one question. What is a semi-professional trumpet player? What the fuck is that?
So I never got paid, but the band got paid. So I've always called it semi-professional.
You needed an NIL deal. You needed NIL deal. You could have got paid as a trumpeter.
And I was good. Somebody might have paid me, but I never made a dime playing trumpet. So that's semi-professional trumpet player. And so I started doing, I was in college. I was going for business management. I wanted to have my own gym someday, like lifting gym. I'd been a personal trainer my whole life, or my whole adult life anyways. And I said, oh, let's do this. So I found a weapon, a guy, Kobudo karate. He was showing me how to use weapons and nunchucks. And I was doing that. Went up to a tournament and there were like people fighting off into the side. I said, oh, what's that? I said, well, that's pancration. I said, okay, what's that? He said, well, you're allowed to hit anywhere but the face. Other than that, it's a fight. I said, oh, okay, I'll do that. So I jumped in and I did real well. My first tournament, no training outside of trumpeting and ninja weapons. Excuse me. I went in there and I took second place. I got guillotined and I like bad guillotine. I went out. In the finals. And just well, that was amazing. So I did one or two more of those tournaments, and I won the next like two or three of them. And then eventually somebody said, "Hey, you want to fight tomorrow?" I said, "Sounds great. Let's do it." Went there. I was one of those guys that showed up with like pockets on my shorts, and I had Century gloves, which are about 2 ounces. Didn't wrap my hands. Had no idea what I was doing. No training whatsoever. Went in there. And I destroyed him, but I didn't know the rules. So round one, I mean, I moved his face to the left. He'll never look straight again in his life. He fell over, and I thought the fight was over, and it wasn't. So I kind of celebrated. He stood back up. Bell rang. Round two, he took me down, beat the shit out of me. And he beat the brakes off me for the second round. So, yeah, these are the rules. And I was hooked. I said, well, damn. So I just kept fighting. My next fight, I fought some guy who was about 350 pounds and knocked him out in 12 seconds. Then I fought Rodney Sleepers. I beat him in a decision. Then I got to fight over in Russia. So this is how I finished my amateur career. This is about 4 months after I started fighting. I said, hey, you want to fight in Russia? I said, let's do it. So we went over to Russia. I was there for about 2 weeks. The last day we fight, it was in like a circus arena. There were lions and tigers backstage where I was warming up. We walked out. And it was puzzle mats. I mean, it was like a 1/4 inch thick puzzle mat with like a schoolyard fence going around us. And I won. There were 5 Americans. I was the only one to win. We fought 2 rounds, and if it was a draw, we go to the 3rd round. Went to the 3rd round, won the 3rd round. Got home from Russia after a 2-week trip on Monday. On Wednesday, I got a call. I said, hey, you want to fight in this tournament next weekend? I said, I'm in. So I drove way up north in Wisconsin, and there's 3 fights in one night for King of the Cage, and I knocked out all 3 of them. I said, yeah, you're a pro now. I said, cool. They gave me a big check for $1,000 because I was the grand prize for winning. Said, your next fight will be King of the Cage, and we'll pay you like $150 in gas money. I said, I'm in. And that was pretty much when I said, well, I guess I'm not playing trumpet anymore. I turned pro. I was probably a fight or two after that I started training. And I was the head coach of my own gym. I just started making it up. And that developed into something. I don't know what I was doing, but I became one of the best fighters in Wisconsin. And my wife, who we were just dating at the time, said, Sam, you could do something with this. I then learned about the UFC. I learned about the potential that I could be as a professional. And but she said, you got to start training for real. You got to have somebody tell you what to do. So she said, go to California. It was between Coconut Creek, Florida, and Temecula, California with Dan Henderson. She made the call. We moved to California, and that's where I really started fighting. I was probably 12-1 moving out there. But that was kind of the start of my career. I didn't know what I was doing. I didn't know who I was doing it with. I was making it up, and apparently I hit pretty hard. And that's how I started. I don't know if a story like that is possible. I'm
assuming you hit pretty hard at that point.
I kept knocking people out. I'm sure
that's a good indicator.
Southpaw. Yeah, I'm a southpaw, but I'm right-handed. I didn't know I was a southpaw until I was like 6-1 as a professional. I didn't know I stood the wrong way. Somebody said, "Why do you stand that way if you're right-handed?" I said, "I don't know. It's how we stand." And that was just my
power hook out front.
Power hook out front, and I
got my hips to help me with my left hand. I'm the same fucking way.
I did this last fight of mine a couple weeks ago. That was my 20th professional knockout in MMA. And it was that lead hook. It sets up everything. And I had a blast with it. And I've been, fighting ever since. From trumpet player to, I made it to number 10 in the UFC. And that was, I would have never guessed it. I didn't mean to do it. I stumbled into it, but I made a pretty good career out of myself while doing it.
That's all right. So I tell you, I was at dinner first time Ilya and I met, and it was me, Malki, Ilya, and Bo Nickal. And so Bo Nickal was sitting next to me, Ilya was across from me, and Malki's right here. And so we were all talking, and obviously, it was a great conversation, right? So the juice is flowing, the conversation is flowing, and we're talking about the upcoming fights. Because at that point, he didn't know he was fighting Josh Emmett. He actually wanted to fight Ortega really, really bad. Well, he wanted to fight Patty really bad.
Oh, yeah. Patty's not fighting at 45 again, though. Yeah.
No, he wanted to fight Patty, dude. So
I know he did, but Patty's not making 45. And I think Topuria would have gone at 55 to beat his ass, and that's not a pretty fight. But anyway,
and Dana does not want that fight, right? I mean, let's be honest. Dana does not want that fight. Right?
Barstool doesn't want that fight.
He rolls Patty up in a fucking roly-poly and ends him quickly. So he doesn't want that fight. But we were sitting there, and I'll tell you a funny story. So Malki, God bless him, love the guy, but he's like, oh yeah, I wrestled in fucking, high school and yada, yada. And I said, well, I looked at Bo and I said, well, $100 says you can take him down in fucking 5 seconds. And Malki puffs his fucking chest up and says, you can't do that shit. Whatever. I don't give a fuck who you are. Malki weighs about 250. So I'm like, Malki, the fucking grass is fucking 6 feet away right there. I was like, let's just fucking find out. So Malki pushes his chair back, and I looked at Bo and I said, Bo, do your thing, right? Do your thing.
Oh, leaving us on the cliffhanger. Oh, I needed to hear the end of that story.
I'm back.
Oh,
fuck me. So I said, Bo, you got to do it. And fucking Bo stands up, dude. Him and Malki square off 2.2 seconds. 2.2 seconds. Hey. And Malki pops immediately back up. Hey, I've never seen a 250-pound man roll over so quickly and pop back up and say, you cheated, you got me too early, right? So I looked at Bo and I said, Bo, get him again. Malki goes, what's the bet? And I was like, 3.5 seconds. 2.7 seconds. Bo fucking rolls him up in his yard. Dude, it was fucking unbelievable.
Bro, I got to be dead ass. I don't give a fuck who you are. I'll go Malki right now, bro. I don't give a fuck who you are. You're not taking me down that quick. I got a nasty sprawl. Where was his sprawl? He had I will fucking sprawl like I'm doing the Johnny Walker worm. I don't give a fuck. You aren't getting under my knee. Like, you will, but not in 2 seconds, bro. You'll have to fight for it. Christ, what was Kawhi doing, bro?
All right. I will get Bo on this show, and we can do it fucking live. And Bo will put you down, and I'm telling you, less than 4 seconds.
Let's make sure. 3 seconds. I got to beat 3 seconds.
3 seconds.
3 seconds. I got this.
Bo will put you down in the
I
last
have the
seconds. I
fifth greatest
promise you.
takedown defense in UFC. I've got the 5th greatest takedown defense in UFC history.
Statistically accurate.
I don't know if I could last 3 seconds with Bo Nickal.
No, I'm not saying last. Just before you get taken down.
I don't know if I've got 3 seconds of being able to stop him from taking me down.
Shit,
I have never seen a
re-guessing
guy
this.
who is 1-0 in the UFC that I'm so sure could be champion right now. I think he
Bo
could
Nickal.
walk in. I think he could beat Alessandro.
It's Bo.
Really?
If Bo gets Adesanya's leg, if he gets any part of him, dude, and he can put him down, it's over. Adesanya has no chance.
I agreed. I think, he has to make sure Alessandro doesn't do a flying knee into him.
Yes.
I think Bo submits him in the first.
Adesanya's spectacular fighter. Fucking Pereira, spectacular fighter. But I'll tell you this, when I talked to Jon Jones the first time, I said, like, what's the biggest differentiator, right? And he looked at me and he said, it's not even fucking close. It's wrestling.
Yes.
100%.
It's wrestling.
You could
If you
go
can
into
get
the
a man
UFC.
down and control him, like there's no stopping that, right?
Dude, hardcore fans, Sam's going to tell you the same thing. Hardcore fans know this, fighters know this. Wrestling is the #1 base. BJJ can help you a lot, but wrestling is it.
Yeah.
Argue Sambo, but keep
wrestling,
going.
there's not a close second. You couldn't go into the UFC with nothing but jiu-jitsu, but you could go into the UFC with nothing but real good wrestling.
All right. So, I mean, I completely agree. I think Bo Nickal is the truth. I think Bo Nickal is the fucking future champion. And I think Bo Nickal will do it as long as he wants to. And here's what I love about Bo Nickal. I sat with him for 2 hours at dinner, and him and I had just a heart-to-heart normal conversation, right? And I was like, Bo, like tell me your background, because I didn't know that much about Bo. And so Bo's telling me, he's like,
One of
needless to say, the
greatest
motherfucker's
wrestlers of all time.
a 3-time, 4-time national champion, right? Wrestling.
Mm-hmm.
And he's like, Bags, my thing is like, me and my wife we're newly married and we have rental houses and we're doing this and we're doing that. And I'm like, oh, well, that's my background, right? That's where I made my money, was in vacation rentals and short-term stuff. And I was like, I'll be happy to help you anytime. Like, whatever you need, I'll send you all my paperwork for my business. And we had a great conversation. That's what I love about Bo, was it was like, it wasn't that UFC was necessary, right? It was like, he's a smart enough kid to succeed on multiple different levels. But at the same time, he's still doing this because he just can. And I think that's a really fucking special attribute when it comes to a fighter, is like, they don't need to be in there. They just are.
Yeah.
Well,
The one thing I haven't seen about him is if he's flinchy when somebody punches him.
Yeah.
A lot of times good wrestlers, they pull their head back. I've just never seen anyone get the opportunity to punch at him. The one thing I don't know is if he's flinchy. I'm not even worried if he has a good chin or not. I'm just worried if he can get in there without flinching. I've got a training partner that goes down once every other month to work with him. He says he's not flinchy, but we'll see. I just haven't seen it yet.
that's always what we see, isn't it, Sam? These
His
guys
last
come in there
win was
and
a
they look.
knockout, right? Was his last win not a knockout?
Me and Sam were just
He
talking about how
knocked him down and choked him out. No, he knocked him down and choked it out. It was on John's card on
he's
March
fucked
4th.
up everybody he fought. Yeah, I don't remember exactly.
His last fight was he had a blatantly illegal knee to the groin.
Oh, wow.
It was that the ref didn't see, so power to him for taking advantage of it. But it was there. It was.
Oh yeah.
I know he denied it afterwards, but I don't think he'd watched it yet. It was.
Sometimes
it
shit
hit
happens.
Yeah,
It
Jamie
does. It does.
Pickett.
The ref
Jamie
doesn't see it, it
Pickett.
doesn't matter.
Yep. That's
Yeah.
right. Yep. That's exactly what happened. I can't believe I forgot that. Go, Bo
I just
Nickal.
texted Bo. Hey, I just texted Bo. I said, we're filming our first fucking UFC show, and it's turned into the fucking Bo show. And he said, really? He said,
Tell him-
really?
Tell him Max said 4 seconds, baby. No, just kidding. That's what she said.
Little brother Bo.
I'm gonna see if I can get him on right now and have him tell the fucking Malki story real quick.
I think I could do 3 seconds. I could get past 3 seconds before
You
I
better
get down.
count faster than that.
Hey, he said how? FaceTime? Hang on. Let's see if we can get him on real quick. That'd be a fucking banger if we can get
Okay,
him on.
while you get him, let me go give my dog another treat, poor thing.
Yeah, get him a treat. Fucking feed that motherfucker, Mac. All right, he's coming on.
Oh, cool.
Dude,
I'm really excited about this.
Me too.
I didn't realize I'd be so excited, but I get to talk to Bo. I've never been so excited to watch the career of somebody as I am with Bo.
All right, Bo's gonna be on in a minute. Hey, what a show. Hey, boys. We ran our fucking first podcast. We got fucking Bo Nickal and Sean Strickland on. Not bad.
Light work, baby.
Light work.
You would
Strickland versus Bo. That'd be a
Hey,
fight
hang
I'd be
on.
interested
But
in.
Mac, you said he couldn't finish you in how long? 4 seconds? 5 seconds?
Okay, hold up. Let's keep this narrative under control. I swear to God. If you guys start talking like I'm saying I'd beat him, no. All I'm saying is I truly think, bro, I can eject my knees outside the back of my body so fast in a fucking sprawl. He will be taking down a 2x4. 3 seconds is all I'm saying. He'll get me down, but I think I'll last 3 seconds. That's all I'm fucking saying, dog.
Mac,
You better watch
this
out for
may
this
be the
guillotine.
problem. Yeah, you last in 3 seconds. Maybe the issue with the picking up chicks at the
women.
bar.
Yeah. Called
Looking
us in the
sexy.
Look
shower.
at him.
What's up, boys?
What's up, Bo? Hey, Bo.
Hey, Bo.
Go ahead.
Before Matt can deny it, he just said he'd take you down in 3 seconds.
No!
That's what he just said before you came on. He said he would get you 3 seconds. He'd put you on your ass.
We got a recording, dog.
And,
Fuck that. Don't listen to these bitches, bro. Fuck all that.
Hopefully this isn't live. You can cut all
No.
that out.
No,
Yeah.
but they're not. They're gonna add that part. But peep this.
All right,
I
so-
will.
so,
I'll
Bo,
say it my
here's
fucking
the
self.
real
Before,
story.
no, ice bags, you suck, bro. You talk too much shit.
Go ahead.
We got a story.
I saw the
ahead.
Malki thing. I saw all that. Ice bags has informed me. I'm very familiar with your career, and your accolades. I'm sorry, dude. He's got no sprawl whatsoever. I think I could take 3 seconds before you got me down. I'm not winning, but I think I could go 3 seconds. 3 seconds before you got me on my back. And I'm willing to.
All
I'm
right,
willing to test it.
You tried to slip into 30 there, and I don't know about that, but
Mind
three,
games.
you could probably get
3 seconds. Word. We need to find out. We'll find out.
Yeah, we can. But yeah, this has been like a thing for me probably. So a lot of people maybe don't know this about me, but I played like high school football too. But of course, like I wrestled my whole life, and so this thing of, hey, I bet you can't take me down isn't new to me. This has been happening since I was like 13.
Oh yeah.
So I've seen it happen too many times. I know how it ends.
We'll see again.
Bo-
Before they take the narrative, you get me down, but I think my sprawl's good enough for 3 seconds, dude. I'll go plank so fast, bro. It'll take you 3 seconds. That's all I'm fucking saying. So don't let them hijack the narrative. But anyway.
He was saying flying triangle is what he's going for. Bell rings. He's jumping for a
Well,
triangle.
now you're
That's
giving
what-
away my
that's what
game
he
plan,
said.
dog.
So here's how it started, Bo. I was telling him, I was like, I was at dinner and we have Ilya, and I said Bo was sitting next to me and we had this conversation. And then obviously it evolved into you just murdering Malki within 3 seconds. I said it would happen, right? Hang on.
Yeah.
I think Malki actually still owes me a couple grand from that because I never got paid. 'Cause I had several
Yeah, he does.
$1,000s on Bo taking him down within like 3 or 4 seconds. Did I not?
You did, and it happened multiple times too. so.
Multiple times. I said, I've never seen a 250. I'll say this: a 250-pound man get up that quick. After you took him down, he bounced, dude. It was like a spring was under his ass, and he shot right back up and said,
Where
"Bo
was that
cheated."
energy on the sprawl, bro? His sprawl looked like
Exactly.
he saw a mouse. He went like, oh,
Exactly.
that was it. That was it.
It was like this, whap, and then it was like this. Bo cheated. It was literally like that. It's like, hey, the blow up dolls with the fucking sandbags at the bottom. You know what I mean? It was like, cheated. I'm back, ready to go again.
Oh man, yeah. To be fair, he did move pretty fast, popping back up. I was just, I was ready to go though. You know, I knew it was one of those things where he was definitely way out of pocket confident, and it was just funny because he had no idea what was about to happen. I'm like, dude,
I knew.
I know exactly what's.
How did he
You
not?
know,
How
yeah.
did he not though?
I don't know.
He
man.
said
It's
out of
weird.
pocket confidence.
Dude, that's dead
Yeah,
ass.
he had his confidence insane.
Like, oh, John Wick, I bet I fucking smoked you on a six shot. Yeah, I'll beat you on that. Like, what the fuck are you talking about?
Yeah.
It just happens every once in a while with people, though. I don't know why. Like I was saying, when I was young, I would be playing football or something, and there'd be like a lineman or some big dude. You know, I wasn't very big in high school. I weighed probably 140, 150. There'd be these big dudes. Oh, you can't take me down. I'm like, dude, I put these dudes on their head like regularly all the time. Same thing like at Penn State. You know, I have boys on the football team and stuff. They're like, yo, you can't take me down. I'm like, bro, get real here. And it just happens every once in a while. Guys are guys. They got the testosterone going. They think they know what's up, and they don't realize when they run into somebody that trains every day, let alone, you know, has trained every day for 20 plus years, like what somebody like that can actually do to you. It's crazy. If you don't know, you don't know, I guess.
So here's what I'll say, Bo. And you're 100% right in everything you said. Like,
yeah, I got thoughts on that
because
too.
normally the differentiator is alcohol, right? Alcohol is normally a differentiator, and they're like, oh yeah, I can do this. You can't.
For
It's
sure.
like, by the way, you can't.
Hey, dude, my takedown defense goes up plus 5 points for every beer I drink.
I'm sure it does. I'm sure it does. Yes.
Okay. Just
But
make that
Bo,
clear.
we
Keep
started
going.
off with like we started talking about this, and I was like, I had dinner with, you know, sitting next to Bo, and I said, honestly, the most impressive thing to me about Bo was that the kid's fucking smart. He's found his girl early. Like, he's got all these things going for him. He's got a fucking business, right? He does vacation rentals. I was like, that's where we connected. I was like, that was my business previously. I was like, the kid doesn't need to do this, but he still does this. And to me, that's what's fucking scary, to be honest. Like, you don't have to do this. You're not from the fucking streets, right? And you still do this, and you're still the best of the game. And that's, to me, is like a big differentiator in somebody's mindset of like, I'm going to get you.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, well, you know, I appreciate that a lot. That means a lot to me because I feel, you know, that's definitely true. That's the mentality that I have in my approach to fighting in the sport is, you know, I really don't have to do this. You know, I have a lot of other things going
Smart
on.
kid.
And, I could have continued to even just wrestle and you know, I probably would have made the Olympic team and won the gold medal for the U.S., which, you know, what was a goal of mine at one point. But I just feel really drawn to fighting. I just enjoy it. I love it. It's something that I'm super, super passionate about. And I've been always kind of had it in the back of my mind, you know, since I was a little kid. It was something that I would watch on TV. You know, my family and I, we'd go to Buffalo Wild Wings. We'd watch the fights on Saturdays, stuff like that. And, you know, me and my friends would fight. I even would just like fight. We'd have these wrestling tournaments where I would fight random kids like in between rounds. We'd go back to the hallway of some school. We'd make sure, you know, the parents weren't there. There was no coaches there. They couldn't find us. And we'd just have like, you know, 20 of us or so. And we'd just be scrapping back there in between matches. So that was when I was, you know, 11, 12, 13 years old in Albuquerque, New Mexico. I actually lived in Albuquerque at the time. And
My
just
man.
the culture there. And
We got a
live,
New Mexico
baby.
boy here.
yeah, kind of crazy. But yeah, I mean, you're from there, so you know the culture. It's like people are ready to fight and stuff. So that's just kind of how I grew up. And then, you know, obviously, I went to high school in Texas. I went to high school in Texas and then went to Penn State. And that was, you know, I was focused on wrestling at the time, but in the back of my mind was fighting. And yeah, I mean, now I'm doing it as a professional and I love it. And I'm really, really enjoying it. I'm enjoying just learning all the different martial arts and getting better and improving. And, you know, we'll see. I know where it's going, but everybody else will find out soon.
Now, we all know where it's going. We had this conversation long before you got on. Sam, tell him where it's going.
Yeah, I think right now you've got one fight in the UFC. I think you could beat Izzy tomorrow. I really do. It sounds like a bold statement. You're wrestling. So when I watched the grappling match against Gordon Ryan, you impressed me so much with that match. Because Gordon, I don't know him, but I've watched him go, and he makes people make it look easy. And you went with him for, I mean, it was 9 minutes before something happened. You suplexed him. It just sold me on how good you are at grappling. I mean, I know what it is on paper, but watching you compete with somebody who I realize how good they are, that sold me. Said you will be the champion, whether it's, you know, your next fight or, you know, 3 fights from now, it'll be there before long.
Thank you, man. You know, that means a lot. I really appreciate that. Definitely, you know, send a lot of respect your way to your career and everything that you have done in the sport. So, that means a lot to me. I really enjoy it. I'm always trying to challenge myself. That match with Gordon, I look back on it and it's like a little bittersweet because I lost, but I put myself out there, and I did 3 jiu-jitsu practices before that. I trained like Monday, Tuesday, Wednesday, flew out to Houston, and did the match on Saturday or whatever. And so,
when you did that match, did you realize how good he is?
Yeah, I knew. For me, it was I'm super aware of all that stuff. Like I'm a student of the sport,
Right.
My own sport for wrestling, and then knowing I was gonna eventually get into fighting, I started studying jiu-jitsu. I started studying all the things, so I was well aware of who he was. For me, it was just about challenging myself, put myself out there, and it was just an opportunity to go against the best. And like I said, with little to no experience, and just see where I'm at. And I think it was a really good learning experience for me because I think that now my mindset, I respect and approach every single martial art the same as I did with wrestling. You're not going to become a world champion in any of these disciplines overnight. And my goal is not only be a world champion in MMA, but I want to be absolutely world-class in boxing, in Muay Thai, and jiu-jitsu. Obviously, I am already in wrestling, and so I want to be able to compete at a world-class level in all these martial arts. And so getting to go up against some of the best guys in the world in whatever discipline it is something that gets me excited.
That's cool to hear, because I'm so excited to see how your career takes off. I mean, how you beat everyone you're going to beat, and just watching it happen. I've not been this excited to watch a, let's say, 1-0 UFC fighter in maybe my entire life. I can't wait to see what's happening next with you.
It's him and Hamza.
Thank you. My first pro fight was a year ago, and I've been in the sport a year and a half, and I'm looking long term. So for me, I could win those fights right now, but I'm looking to build and keep getting better and improve, and they'll come when they come. When I decide that they're gonna come, then they will.
I'm not training for my next fight. I'm training for my 10th title defense. That's a clip right there. That's a clip, man. Ethan, someone clip that. Yep.
Clip that shit. Bo,
sure.
Appreciate you coming on, brother. That's
Yeah,
literally,
nice to talk-
you've,
nice
you've
to
now
finally
been
meet you a
listening
little
for
bit.
17 minutes. I got to let you go so you can finish this thing.
Thank you, guys.
He's still got 10 minutes in him. I can tell by his posture. He's still pissing.
Yeah, for real. All right. I'll see
See
y'all.
you, brother.
All right, have
Later,
a good
Bo.
one.
Big fan, man.
Thank you.
Well, that was fucking dope.
All right, Mike Perry should be jumping on here in a minute. How fucking funny is this, boys? We got fucking Strickland, Mike Perry, and fucking Bo Nickal on the first fucking episode.
Yo,
Mike.
what's
Yeah,
up?
you said we got to get off the phone. I was like, all right, bye, motherfucker.
Now it works. Huh? You shit.
You got that Goku.
Oh, shit. There he is.
Don't know about this, man. My screen
Look
fucking.
at, you got that Goku.
It's-
That
Mike fucking Perry.
Yeah, you don't know about this, bro. That's Master Ultra Instinct Goku. That's Loopy from One
That's
Piece.
Goku.
Naruto. Those are the 3 best anime. Shits.
Okay, well, if I start watching that shit and I get clowned on, I'm coming back to you. But yeah,
Mike,
I'm gonna
sit the fuck down so we can see your face. God damn it.
Okay, well, if I sit down,
This motherfucker wants to show his damn shirt off like a fucking superstar. Now look at it. Look like a fucking midget. Hey, Abe. Hey, next fight is Mike and Hasbulla. Hey, next fight is Mike and Hasbulla.
No, I asked Mike what he would do to
Next
Hasbulla,
fight-
and he literally just went.
Fucking pull that screen back. Pull the fucking screen back a little bit so we can see your goddamn face. Pull it back.
what are you
Put-
talking about?
Screen back a little bit. Just a little bit.
He's probably seen it in 9x16 because he's on
Just
his
a little
phone.
bit.
I'm
Yeah, I
looking.
can't see you. I'm looking. Hey, I'm looking at this right here. I'm looking at your eyeballs right here.
It doesn't work like that.
Yeah,
No,
he's
it
on
doesn't.
mobile.
Looking at everything.
He's on mobile. He's looking at 9x16. Ice, 100%. He's looking at 9x16.
Just trying.
Yeah. And so it's coming up for us by 16:9. So if
Not it.
what, a little bit down or up.
This way, Mike. You see this way.
Yeah, I'll help Coach. I know exactly
Abe,
what's
help
happening
my
here.
boy. Abe, help my boy. Look at him. He's all over the fucking room.
Does that work?
Hey, motherfucker, sideways now. Hey, you look great, but you sideways. But you look great.
Hold up. How about?
Ooh,
Look at
there
it.
we go. Oh,
Hey,
shit.
look at you. Oh, you're looking at his shirt still.
Little up, little up,
Little up, little up, little up, little
Boom.
up, little
Nailed
up.
it.
Ah,
Nailed
there
it.
we go.
You guys
Mike
are
fucking Perry.
Just look at the video that Abe sent you fucking 5 minutes ago, bro.
Look. I got it. Where the fuck y'all at?
We're in Austin, Texas, and I can drop this for you, man. You guys get this. I'm doing Joe Rogan tomorrow.
My man.
Oh, shit. For real.
Yeah. He can't look back. He said, I want to spend time with Mac Malley before I spend time with Joe Rogan. That's what Mike said today.
Mike probably don't recognize me.
He didn't say that. He didn't say that.
I don't know. Yeah, no.
So yeah, we had Sean on earlier. We had Bo on earlier. Wanted to talk to you. I'm glad you came in, man.
Pleasure.
Right, so
man.
you going on Rogan tomorrow?
Yes, sir. You know I'm gonna be repping Kim Pie.
I know you are. You got the wrong hat on, but tomorrow you will have it on for sure.
Come on, man. I'm repping that shit tomorrow, man.
I know you are. I know you
want
are.
me to wear that
My
shit
boy.
every day, you're gonna have to pay me more.
Oh my God! How much more can I afford,
Hey,
Abe?
listen,
You got to
paying
look at
me
this
real
shit.
light right now, bro. You paying me-
Hey,
The
yo.
vacation was amazing, and we'll have those memories forever. But that it doesn't do nothing to my bank account.
Hey, Mike. Hey, Mike. You can't replace memories, brother.
No, you can't. You're right.
Hey, all right. So I'm gonna tell y'all a funny ass story. So Mike and me drink on the boat all day, right? We got the fams out. We drinking on the boat. We just having a good time. And we come back to my house. I got my boy coming over, and he cooks. He's a chef. So he cooks this fucking phenomenal dinner for everybody. I invite a couple people over from my street, my boys. Hey, and they said, yo, Mike grabbed me by the shoulders like this. Like grabbed me by the shoulders and said, look right in the fucking eyes and said, hey, not everybody comes over to fucking Bags' house like this. And my boys were like, yo, like, I live here, man. And Mike was like, no. Like, not everybody comes over to Bags' house like this. And they're like, bro, like, I get it, man. I get it. But, like, I've known him for a while, man. I live down the street.
Well,
Can pie, baby.
Let's go.
Can pie, baby.
Cheers, man.
Damn right.
You guys have a good one, bro. We about to go turn up in Austin.
Mike, you're a
Texas.
fucking man. I'll talk to you later, brother. And I just want to say this. This is what I told Sean Strickland and everybody else. I said, this motherfucker has had the come up. Hey,
Yes.
Mike is on the fucking glow up, baby. He's on the fucking glow up. He got a girl. He got kids. He fucking happy. He fucking winning. So that's all you need.
Whoa. What was that last one?
You're winning.
Oh,
I said, you're
I thought you
fucking
said
winning.
something else.
You got women?
No, you said
I
you got
thought you
kids.
said-
You got the fucking
I was
girl.
like, hold
You
on.
fucking winning.
Yeah, I am fucking winning. I'm gonna keep fucking winning.
Let's go.
You damn right.
Whatever that means.
Dude,
whatever I gotta do to do that. I'm gonna stay focused.
You damn right.
All right,
I
bro.
remember
damn
the
right.
first time I
God bless.
Mike,
man. See
before you
guys.
bounce.
Let's win.
Later, Bags. Later, Malki.
Yeah.
Bye, brother.
Later, fellas.
Fuck yeah.
See ya.
Peace. Guys, thanks for showing up to the first ever OverDogs podcast episode, man. This is pretty fucking dope, if you ask me. If you ask Sam, I think he'd tell you the same. Same with Ice Bags up there. Make sure you tune in next time. Follow us on YouTube. Follow us on every platform we do this on. Facebook, Instagram, Twitter, OverDogs Podcast, @ right in front of it. We'll see you next time.
There you go. We're out.
The future.